That Madonna's baby thing.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Funny.
Oh,
you know,
thanks.
I really have to give it to that guy that's the father, you know, Carlos...
Leon.
Carlos Leon.
Or Carlos Leon, I forget which one.
Because you got to have a lot of guts. That means he had sex with Madonna without a condom. Right? That's great. Michael Jackson. He said, I heard a quote where he said, he said, I don't care if my child is a boy or a girl, as long as it's a boy. He's going to name it. He said he doesn't know what he's going to name it. He said he thinks if it's a girl, he's going to name it Sharon.
Really?
Yeah. And if it's a boy, he's going to have sex with it. O.J. Simpson's new fitness video was released this week, and hitting the shelves next week, Simpson's newest video, Dorf on Stalking. The crowd is torn. Liza Minnelli has gotten word she'll have to have a hip replacement operation. This marks the first time in 15 years that the name Liza Minnelli and the word hip have been used in the same sentence. Well, let's get to O.J. O.J. Simpson's lawyers say they don't want the families of Nicole Brown and Ronald Goldman in the courtroom during the trial. They're afraid the presence of the family members will just remind O.J. of how much more killing he still has to do. And finally, the Oscar nominations were announced this week, and Tom Hanks and Jodie Foster are in a heated competition in the Academy's controversial new category, Best Retard. To illustrate the point that their client is running out of money to defend himself, O.J. Simpson's lawyer said this week that if he had to do it over again, after killing his victims, O.J. would now rob them as well. That one you find troubling? New medical research shows that men and women have different food cravings. Men preferring meat and women preferring sweets. Scientists trace this back to caveman days, when men had to go out and hunt for food while women sat on their fat asses eating chocolates. This was Colin Ferguson's first week in prison. Ferguson has reportedly dismissed his cellmate, and from now on he will be acting as his own bitch. And finally, due to a change in policy, Amtrak employees will no longer be able to kick homeless people out of Penn Station based on the way they look. From now on, they will have to go solely on urine stench. This is our top story tonight this week in the O.J. Simpson trial. After grisly photos of the murdered Nicole Brown Simpson were shown in court, O.J. turned his head away and wept. It was at that moment that he realized he would never be able to kill her again. Actor Charlie Sheen is reportedly engaged to model Donna Peel. Friends of Sheen say they knew Sheen was serious when he took Donna home to meet the hookers. Meanwhile, Washington, D.C. Mayor Marion Barry attended the march and called it a beautiful display of unity and solidarity among African Americans. His only complaint, the complete absence of crack. In publishing news, Magic Johnson has received a $5 million advance from Random House for his new book entitled What You Can Do to Avoid AIDS. Chapter 1, Don't Have Sex with Me. Officials at the Philadelphia Zoo report they have actually been able to preserve sperm from an endangered one-horned rhinoceros. The sperm will remain frozen at the zoo until Michael Jackson comes by with a check and picks it up. 47-year-old Adrienne Brown, wife of soul legend James Brown, died suddenly last week. Most shocking of all, she was not killed by James Brown. Finally, some good news. According to her doctor, legendary actress Katharine Hepburn is recovering nicely from her recent illness, and they have even upgraded her condition to decrepit. So that's nice. Well, you don't like her? You don't like Katharine Hepburn, for God's sake? As Baltimore and Cleveland met this week in divisional playoff action, the big story in baseball continues to be Orioles second baseman Roberto Alomar. Under a dark cloud. Yes, none of us like him. Well, according to a new Entertainment Weekly poll, 72% of their readers say they would not be offended if a TV show lead character were gay. Though that figure shrinks to 1% when these same readers are reminded that being gay can involve anal sex. This weekend, veteran news anchorman David Brinkley apologized to Bill Clinton for an election night commentary in which he called the president, quote, boring and uncreative. Admitted Brinkley, there was certainly nothing uncreative about the way you moved Vince Foster's body. The president's a murderer. You didn't know that? O.J. Simpson was in a different courtroom this week, attempting to regain custody of his 2 children. In order to prove to the court how much he loves his kids, O.J. pointed out, quote, hey, they're still alive, aren't they? According to O.J. Simpson's niece, Terry Baker, when O.J.'s mother, Eunice Simpson, first heard about the slaying of Nicole Brown, she exclaimed, he did it. Reached for comment, O.J. said, my mom was just guessing. I hadn't even told her yet. You know, yesterday the House Budget Committee approved an outline of the deal between President Clinton and congressional leaders to balance the budget. But both sides caution it is not set in stone. In order to become official, of course, it must still be approved by this Chinese guy here. He's got a... Boo, what the hell? Safer drivers, men or women? Well, according to a new survey, 55% of adults feel that women are most responsible for minor fender benders, while 78% blame men for most fatal crashes. Please note that the percentage in these pie graphs do not add up to 100% because the math was done by a woman. For those of you hissing at that joke, it should be noted that that joke was written by a woman. So, now you don't know what the hell to do. No, I'm just kidding. We don't hire women. Haven't gotten funnier. The show has gotten really bad. So yeah, I'm funny compared to, you know, well, you'll see later.
Norm Macdonald is on the Adam Carolla Show.
And he brought fellow comedian Steve
Ravenstein and Steve is opening for Norm.
Stevie Ray Fromstein?
Oh, sorry.
Is that closer?
Ravenstein.
Well,
Ravenstein is my driver.
Well, it says
That guy sounds hot.
it says Stevie, and then it says Ravenstein. It doesn't.
Ravenstein is my butler.
All right. What the hell kind of name is Stevie Ray for a white guy anyway? Ever since Vaughn died.
Explain yourself,
that was it.
Fromstein.
No, one time I was with him and a guy almost beat him up. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
What happened?
Well, somebody named me Stevie Ray Fromstein after Stevie Ray Vaughan, but I didn't know much about Stevie
What do you mean,
Ray
someone?
He
Your parents?
Somebody.
He named himself and then he tried to pretend people was catching on.
Like one of those nicknames you give yourself when you start a new school that you made up?
Yeah, it was just, but apparently people called me Stevie Ray Fromstein, and then, so he got upset that I didn't know that much about Stevie Ray Vaughan. He got very upset.
The guy was a Stevie Ray Vaughan fanatic.
Oh, really?
And he got so mad.
Took umbrage.
Oh,
Did he
yeah.
threaten to kick your ass?
No, but he looked like he was going to. Maybe that's, I don't know, a lot of people look like that.
I could say, I will say this: if
That's Stevie Ray Vaughan,
if
right
you're
there.
going to scrap with a fan, I always go Savage Garden
Yeah.
over Stevie Ray Vaughan fans because I feel like those guys can throw down.
I
You know what
sometimes
I mean?
go Tori Amos.
Yeah,
Tori
that'd
Amos
be
is good. That's a good. Although
That'd
once
be
in a while you get one of those heavy set lesbians coming after you and beat the crap out of you with a waffle stomper. But by and large, I pick I'm trying to think worst bands to mess with their fans.
AC/DC fans.
Stay away from them. Stay away from Ronnie James Dio fans.
Yeah.
I don't know why. They're a little bit
that's
older
true.
now.
Danzig.
Danzig is not a group you want to mess with. And I'll tell you who you definitely don't want to mess with. Insane Clown Posse fans.
Oh, yeah.
They will snap you like
You know any of
kindling.
those people?
No, it was going to be Stevie Insane Fromstein, but luckily we didn't.
I see. Or Mormon Tabernacle Fromstein, just to be safe.
That was one we kicked around.
Yeah, Guar's not a band where you want to mess with the fans either. Yeah, I feel like Savage Garden's good.
Anything emo.
Joan Osborne fans are usually
Yeah.
a good bet.
Yeah.
too.
Yanni, strong.
Yanni.
Strong. Yeah.
Starland vocal band.
Because they're all in their 80s.
Captain and Tennille.
They do Afternoon Delight.
Yeah. That when I was young, I loved that song.
Well, especially when the lawn was being mowed.
Oh, why do you say that? No, don't do anything.
Not only.
No.
Yeah, I mean, it
A
was
couple of skyrockets in flight.
less a song and more a calling for Norm Macdonald. It's his theme song. That was what Brandy was to sailors. You know what I mean? Afternoon Delight was the guy likes to bang his friends' wives while they mow the
No,
lawn.
listen to this. Here's an interesting piece of trivia, seriously. Forget about all that stuff. But listen to this. That Brandy was originally going to be...
Oh, you're trying to get us off topic.
It was
aren't you?
originally going to be called Mandy, but they had to change it. Looking Glass had to change it to Brandy because Barry Manilow already had a song named Mandy. But I'll tell you an even more interesting piece of trivia.
Yeah?
The
Does it
song
involve a-
Mandy, you're not even going to believe this. You know who it was written about?
Mandy Patinkin.
Yeah, oh, you knew it.
Really?
No. Really?
Oh, no, that's just one of those gay urban cowboy tales, right?
She knew it, right?
I know. She was making a joke, really?
That's the only Mandy I know other than Moore.
Wrote that
Was it
about-
really written from Mandy Patinkin?
Yeah.
So you wrote that about a dude?
Well, it's the only Mandy she knows is a dude.
All right. Well, that's a decent point.
But also remember, Elton John is into dudes. So it makes complete sense.
Did he write Mandy?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was going to be, Mandy, you're like a candle in the wind, but he didn't die.
I see.
Wait a minute. I thought Mandy was Barry Manilow.
I thought so too.
Oh, yeah. Who dies that?
Barry
Barry
Manilow.
Manilow.
Barry,
But, you know,
I'm
you're-
sorry. I didn't mean to out anyone.
No, you're still on.
Barry Manilow may be not gay, but I know Elton John comes right out and tells you. That's what I
Yeah.
like about him.
I think. Well,
I think Barry
actually,
tells you in his actions and his...
I saw Elton John's show at the Mirage. And this
Yeah,
was,
the red piano.
Yeah, you saw it?
No, but I saw the poster. Was it
Man,
good?
that guy, now that he's out of the closet, I guess it's like suppressing it for so long, then he's out of the closet like crazy, you know? So he's like, he had a big video screen behind him. And so he said, a lot of people don't know what my songs are about, so it'll explain it with these giant screens behind me. So he goes,
Daniel. He starts with Daniel, and that song
Daniel, my
always
brother.
kind of confuse me.
Yeah, me too.
One of my favorite Elton John songs.
But I
though.
never understood the
He's
point.
blind.
Yeah,
and
did he go to
Europe.
war?
He's on a plane. It's very confusing. He goes, a lot of people always ask me what Daniel's about. He goes, I hope this explains it. You know,
Daniel Stern
starts playing it, right? And then all of a sudden, like on all the screens, guys in Speedos diving into everyone was a super hot dude. I don't know if they're super hot, but to him, they were super hot.
You know they're hot.
Right. So
but that guy sounds hot. Yeah. But every song that you think has all this underlying...
It's just about a hot
meaning.
guy?
It's just about a hot dude what's his name?
It just turned into like a honcho magazine, right?
Yeah.
Or Hondo.
He's like, what's your name? Daniel? Yeah, I'll write you a song.
Yeah, you're hot, or whatever the hell it is.
John Wayne movie?
All right.
Mandy
either way.
Patinkin was kind of hot in his day.
Mandy Patinkin, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
why do you mention...
Mandy, Barry Manilow.
So not much clarity as far as the song goes, but a lot of
Or the
dudes in
singer.
Speedos.
Yeah. But the song was still remained as mysterious to me as when I first entered the concert.
Can I...
But at the end of the concert, crazy things happen. Like, all of a sudden, out of the blue, like, these things, like, expand, blow up, like, that are plastic on the stage that you didn't know what they were.
Right.
Turned out there were two giant peaches and a huge banana. That represented, like...
Subtle.
Dirty.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, can I say this? Do you guys feel that Stevie Ray Fromstein, by the way, instead of the way I said it the first time, in studio is going to be out at the Irvine Improv with Norm Macdonald as well Friday through...
No, he's not out.
Well, speaking of out, that's my point.
Oh, okay.
You know, there are these like guys, these artists who used to do tons of drugs, and then they clean up, and then the music sort of sucks. I feel it's the same way with the gays. When they're closeted and struggling with their sexuality, they're writing all these songs that could only, creatively, when you're kind of turning in on yourself and you're angry at the world and you're angry at your parents, and then at a certain point, you get enough therapy, and you clean up, and you come out of the closet, now all your music sucks. You know what I mean? Like, I like these guys better when they're closeted and struggling. Like artists, like Mike Tyson, after he gets his paycheck for $20 million and gets a couple Bengal Tigers, he stops winning. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
He loses the eye.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
And also another thing is if if the subject matter is beyond the pale of polite talk, right? Then the singer has to find subtler ways. Just as an author in the old day, Tess of the Dubervilles was very erotic, and yet, he had to use like all clean words.
Right.
So if you're writing a gay love song, you have to find more subversive ways. Now when you hear them, they're just like, Ben, or whatever it is. Daniel, I'd like to put it in your bunghole.
Meanwhile, Elton John continues to deny rumors that he is engaged to his tennis racket. TriStar's Picture is planning a film about the 70s disco act, The Village People. While the movie will be coming out next summer, it plans to wait until Thanksgiving to come out to its parents. The artist formerly known as Prince says he now wants to be known as simply the artist. Meanwhile, I will continue to refer to him as simply the fruit. In other music news, several major acts are on tour this month, including the Counting Crows, Metallica, and the Fruit.
On my YouTube page is a thing that says Mark Norman on Norm Macdonald. It's like 30 minutes of somebody compiled me blowing Norm and just made it a video. So that's where if you wanna hear me talk about him, it's there. And just watch. There's a great channel.
I saw he retweeted one of your jokes not so long ago.
I reposted it on Instagram. It meant the world to me. Yeah, He has a YouTube page called I'm Not Norm, and whoever made it is like some super fan, and it's so well done, and it's got all the best shit. So check that out. I'm Not Norm.
You know, there's a videotape which will really sum up Norm that you can find on YouTube, where it's Norm shits on his producer, and some lunatic compiled all the times Norm has said crazy things about me. But one of the clips I was watching yesterday, and I can be filthy on your show, right, Adam?
Go ahead.
He said that my wife Diane demanded that I spit in her face during sex, and would imagine she was blowing a large African-American man. He told Gilbert Gottfried this on the show.
I have visions of your name side by side on a wedding cake. You, Shelley, will be with Norm for the rest of your life.
I'm not Norm.
You're not?
Well, maybe I'm not the norm. I'm not camera friendly. I don't wear clothes that fit me.
I'm not Norm Macdonald. I don't even know who Norm Macdonald is. I'm Kevin Nealon, and that's news to me.
We've been down this road together. We've been seeing the colors fade.
Hey, Han. I got a great Norm one for you that I heard. They told me I was just at Governor's. Yeah, Norm goes, this is Norm Macdonald. This is an actual joke of Norm Macdonald. It's not mine. I'm not doing Norm Macdonald's joke. I'm sharing how funny Norm Macdonald is with the listeners. He goes, abbreviations fascinate me, you know. One I really like is ID. Like, hey, Gary, Louis Goldman, you got any ID? That's a great abbreviation, you know, because I, you know, the letter I, that stands for I. You know, then the D, that's true. That stands for dentification. What the H? I think the D is doing all the heavy lifting there, you know. That's an abbreviation for one of them, you know.
But put that joke in somebody else's hands, and it's corny and tacky.
Norm Macdonald was just on David Letterman.
I heard he cried. He was so upset.
He cried, and it was like really like beautiful.
Yeah.
But he had a great joke about like, I don't know if you guys are here. He goes, I got no problem with, you know, North Korea. I never lay in bed. They try to scare you on the news, you know. He goes, but I never woke up like, North Korea. I hope they don't get me, you know. And like nobody really laughed. But did you hear Letterman like cackling in the background? Uh-huh. And you realize it's just with Norm, it's all, you are being fucking played. When you think he's bombing, it's all a big setup to the fucking, in a year, he's going to have the perfect special ever.
You might as well sit with Norm and just keep a smile on your face because you don't know where you are in the joke.
He goes, I'm not afraid of Iran, you know, or Iraq or North Korea, you know. I'll tell you a country I don't like. It's Germany. I don't know if you guys are history buffs, but at the beginning of our last century, Germany decided to have a war against the world. And what's weird is it was close. You think like it'd be like 5-minute war, you know, but it was actually it was almost tied. And about 50 years go by, and Germany goes, hey, let's have another war against the world. And they almost won that one, too. Because you would think everybody in the world would go, hey, Germany, we're not going to let you have a country anymore. Who are you, Mars? Just fucking, I just love, it was, you would think it'd be over in 5 minutes, but it was close.
Did you hear him talking on the Russell Brand podcast with him and Russell Brand when he was talking about how he was at the party or when he played the White House Correspondents' Dinner?
Yeah.
And Larry Flint said,
I'll take care of you. Right?
I'll take care of you. He goes, when a guy says, I'll take care of you, you know, you think you're going to get like, if he owns a grocery store, you think you're going to get some vegetables. But Larry Flint, you know, you think you're going to get some crazy kooky girl and you're going to get to have sex with her. And then Larry Flint's going to come in his wheelchair just whacking off.
But he does like an impression. The guy jacking off. Larry Flint fucking. That was an amazing experience watching Russell Brand and Norm Macdonald because in my opinion, I think you and I are kind of together on this, 2 of the most beautiful human beings. Comedically, 2 of the most beautiful human beings. Musically, 2 of the most beautiful human beings. Comedically, 2 of the most beautiful human beings. Musically, 2 of the most beautiful human beings. Comedically, 2 of the most beautiful human beings. Musically, 2 of the most beautiful human beings. Comedically, 2 of the most beautiful human beings. Musically, 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 2 of the most beautiful human beings. Music aesthetically just to look at. Like, you just look at Norm, you kind of can't stop looking at him. Like, people go like, hey, Norm, but like, nah, if you look at Norm Macdonald, if I just showed you a photo of Norm Macdonald, you know who he was. And I'm like, oh, you don't remember this guy from the Cary Grant movies? You wouldn't go like, no, what? Like, he's gorgeous. And like Russell Brand, people like write him off. Norm on his video cast, he's got this running thing where he'll like explain like a serial killer, and he just draws everybody in. And it's not until you see like 2 years. It's like a joke for him and Adam Egget. Mm-hmm. And it's like, hey, this guy, I've been in Ontario. I'm an old chunk of coal, Anthony, but there was a man murdered his entire family. When the police got to him, his wife's innards were soup, like a stew. He was eating his bride, you know, and he winds up killing a few policemen, and takes a few children, and there's a crawl space. I know what this crawl space is. That's where I mean, this guy sounds like a real jerk. That's the whole punchline. Yeah. But it goes on for like 8 minutes just so he can go, I mean, this guy sounds like a real jerk.
But we all had to pitch to Lorne, and then I realized early that I would pitch all like my real ideas and like I wanted to impress everybody, and I would give like, and then this happens, and then this is the joke, and then this is, and the big twist is this. At the end. So then when it got to the table for table read in front of like 40 people, no one laughed because I did the sketch in the room, and then I realized like a couple months in there was the art of the fake pitch, and like Kevin Nealon and Norm Macdonald, it was like a contest every week to see who could come up with the fucking weirdest fake pitch that the host believed was actually happening. And the rest of the room we all knew it wasn't. Lorne knew it wasn't.
That's awesome.
But I remember like Kevin Nealon every week would do 2 fake pitches and go, also I have this idea where you live at the top of one of those runaway truck ramps, you know, in your house all the way up there. And it's like dinner time. A truck comes flying through your house, man. And the host would go, yeah, this is funny. I mean, but every week. And we would all just be laughing so hard. And the host is looking around like, yeah, that is funny, right? But we're laughing because the host is a fucking moron. And then Norm, I remember, it was Bob Newhart goes, I got this idea. People always confuse literally and figuratively. A guy will go, hey, how was that movie you just saw, you know? And I go, oh, my God. It was so funny. I literally laughed my head off. But hey, he didn't, you know, because he's got a head still. And Bob Newhart just stared at Norm like, that's the stupidest shit I ever heard. And then Norm, like a dog with a chew toy, was like, I'm not leaving this room until, like, they fucking lock the doors like a prison movie.
He's going to break him?
Like, yeah. And he goes, or you go, hey, how's your wife? Well, she literally died. When she got your message, she literally dropped dead right there on the floor. She's died. She literally died, and now he's moving like closer.
Did Newhart break at a certain point?
Yeah, eventually he's just fucking. And then that week, Norm did a sketch where he was Charles Kuralt, and he was the only. It was just Charles Kuralt alone talking to camera, and we're all like in full Charles Kuralt makeup, unrecognizable, and you're like, how the fuck do you... Like, his fake sketches were better than anything I ever actually got on air.
He's amazing, isn't he? He's an amazing guy.
He is amazing.
He's a super funny
comedy,
guy.
I got heard for like 2 years. I'd go to a comedy club and they'd go, yeah, Norm was here last week. It was pretty fucking weird, dude. And I'm like, what? And my wife and I would like... go like, what's going on with, like, I hope he's okay, you know? And then you see his Comedy Central special. Perfect.
Right.
So the joke's on everybody across the country. Like, yeah, he was really weird. He's got these other guys following him. Every town had a different, like, I think he was super high. And another town's like, he really gambled. And another town, he came in with 19 men. Like, weird, like that strange. Like, he made us bathe. Like, he had to be bathed, or he wanted something for his feet. And then just, you know, you see his Comedy Central special. Perfect. My father died. My grandfather died. My great-grandfather died, to the best of my knowledge. He's dead, you know. I come from a long line of death. And you're just like, this is perfect comedy. So, however it works for you, I guess.
Yeah.
The best sketch that never got on the air in my entire time at Saturday Night Live, which is only 40 episodes, was Norm Macdonald's game show, Name 2. Hey, Jimmy. Steve Allen is in the Guinness Book of World Records for writing over 4,000 songs for that new car. Name 2.
Name 2 of who?
Steve Allen is in the Guinness Book. Now, Kate Bush is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame ballot, for being a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame worthy lady. She's written over 600 songs. Name 2. Ding, 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 ding. Name 2. What a great fucking sketch.
That's a great sketch. Why didn't it get on? I'll read your book.
Who knows? I don't know why.
I'll read your book.
I was driving from Quebec City back to Montreal because when you do that festival, the Montreal Festival, I would get too drunk and I'm like, I need to get out of here. I don't want to be I just don't want to be the drunk comedian anymore. So I was like, I'm gonna go to Quebec City during the day and have a day. And I was driving back to Montreal to do shows that night, and I was listening to Norm's album just called Me Doing Stand Up, and I fucking had to pull over so I didn't crash my car.
No room for improvement.
No, I almost crashed my car. I was laughing so hard.
It's 16 ounces of water in like a 10-ounce glass, and it never just
I was like,
my grandfather died, my great-grandfather died. Yeah. My father, he goes on. I come from a long line of death.
Yeah, no, it was that cancer. He's like, everybody's afraid of a terrorist. Yeah, it's your heart is what's going to attack and kill you. Like your heart. And the funniest joke is when he goes, the only way to stop your heart from attacking you is to attack your heart with a defibrillator.
We're not doing this justice at all. And
No.
it's funny because like people that don't just get it, you're not going to convince them.
No.
By sharing it.
You just got to listen to that album. So funny.
What was it like? Hey, he lost his long battle with, finally lost his courageous battle with cancer.
Yeah.
All right, but if he dies, the cancer dies, that's a draw.
Yeah, it's such a good...
Or like alcoholism's not a disease. Like my uncle's got bowel cancer. I have searing pain. What are your symptoms? You're real happy. Sometimes I meet somebody else's disease and we fuck.
You heard he had a great Norm story about taunting Chris. What's his name? I forgot his name. Man, I'm old. Where you can't think of names. The guy, you have rage, because you're gay.
Chris Titus?
No, on Saturday Night Live.
Chris Kattan?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's listen to his great story of doing Norm taunting Chris Kattan. Right.
So your story is about another guy that has a story about a guy who has a story. That's what you're going out on. That's your closer here.
I've been quoting.
Hey, Jim told a story about Norm who had a story about Chris Kattan. You should ask him about it. That's your fucking big. That's your story.
Wow. Yeah, I don't have big endings, but yeah. He again. You know what I get mad when the people are great. Instead of going, Rob Bartlett's a great guy.
Wonderful man.
Wonderful.
One of the nicest guys. One of the hardest working. Rob Bartlett is in like the choir in a Broadway show.
He got me on Imus without asking.
And then he does Don Imus.
Then he tried to get me on Opie and Anthony without me asking. Artie Lang, what a sweet guy.
Artie, a legendary episode of this podcast was in my hotel room in New York with Artie.
Oh, I listened.
They brought up pots of coffee, and you could tell who the two addicts in the room were. My wife's just sitting there relaxing and smoking. Artie and I are having like a coffee contest. It wasn't until like 6 cups in where we realized, why don't we just slow it down and actually just relax?
Yeah.
Oh, he had a great Norm story. When he had a great story. He was opening for Norm in San Francisco, and Norm goes, hey, we're in San Francisco, so don't do any of that fag shit, And he's like, what? And he goes, San Francisco, there's a lot of gay guys here. They live here in San Francisco, so just when you go up there, don't do any of that fag shit. And Artie's like, all right, like didn't plan on it. And then Artie does 20 minutes. Norm goes up and goes, hey, what's with his AIDS? They say it's like the worst disease in the world, But I saw on the news today, AIDS does not discriminate. And that's nice.
Oh, no.
So I don't know why is it so bad. Hey, don't do any of that fag shit. So maybe if Norm was on the set of Suddenly Susan, he could be like, you're a homophobe. You're not holding Maddie's hand. You're just on the wrong shows with the wrong people.
He would taunt me, go, yeah, look at Stoller.
I can't believe you were bullied by Norm Macdonald.
Why don't you believe that?
Because Norm is just like the unicorn. Like nobody really has conversations with Norm, let alone
He would kind of, well, he would.
I'm going to kick your ass, Fred.
No, not threaten to beat me
Me and
up.
Billy Joe Shaver.
not threaten to beat me up, but just kind of like
teasing you a lot.
I know you're at the end, but him and Cato were friends, and they would just be
him
assholes.
and who?
Cato Kalin, the biggest piece of shit.
So Cato
you didn't watch the
Kalin?
Hilardi thing. We talked about it.
No, I
yeah.
didn't. I fell asleep. It was on late. That's not because you were boring. I mean,
him and Norm were best friends. He was Norm's lifeline.
Hey, Cato Kalin.
They were friends.
So
and they would
Cato
play tennis.
Kalin would heckle you too?
Well, we one time meet Cato and Norm played tennis, and I got a flat tire, and they were driving, laughing at me because I was on the side of the road. And Cato would kiss up to Norm,
but they didn't stop to help you with your.
No,
flat tire.
they stuck their heads out the window, were laughing as they drove by.
What jerks!
Yeah,
you should go on Norm's podcast.
Well, I did.
Oh, you did already?
Yeah.
Oh.
And
well, you don't need my help at all, do you?
No. Yeah, and
was it fun? Did you bring
was.
up the fact that he bullied you?
Or
were you afraid because he was a bully?
I was a little afraid that I'd get busted, and you know about the book. But he goes, I don't care. Norm didn't care. You know. Yeah, I go. I said, Norm, I have to be honest. You're in the book, and I said something. He goes, I don't care.
Last time I got heckled bad was at Motor City Casino in Detroit. And I was doing Norm Macdonald. But the thing about the Norm Macdonald impression is
you're at the Motor City Casino in Detroit.
Hey, man,
So-
I'm down. I love the D.
Yeah.
But I'm doing Norm. But the thing about a Norm impression is you have to ramble and circle it back around. Like it's got to get a little uncomfortable.
Right.
And I was doing Demi Moore. Oh my God, Demi Moore went to the hospital for that exhaustion there. Exhaustion. Oh my God. You know where I go where I'm exhausted, John? Home. Whenever I'm tired. I never went to the hospital. And it's this whole long thing about being on a construction site. And me and my friend John and Eric, like, hey, what do you say after work? We go to the emergency room to rest, And I just keep going and going. And like right next to me, like right there, she goes, what the fuck is he talking about? And I go, there's always one cunt, And I did it in the impression. And that person emailed me on my website and said, I was the cunt. I'm sorry,
funny.
but I was really confused. And everyone explained to me what was happening.
Tell us about Norm stealing your jacket.
Well, when I did Norm's show, this denim. When I saw Artie Lang, he goes, "Hey, that's a great." Well, I'm doing Norm. You know how you do Norm. Someone did Norm. It almost sounds like Bob Dylan. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah,
and growing in the wind. Yeah,
Fred Stoller. I saw Norm. It was kind of sad. I saw him. No, I heard him on Mark Maron's podcast, WTF, and he goes, all these people do impressions of me, And I'm like, oh my God, I sound like a fucking retard. And I'm like, that's not how I sound, And then now every time I do Norm Macdonald at the Melrose Improv, I'm like, he's fucking here, watch, he's here. And he's like super aware of the fact, oh my God. Fred Stoller wrote a book,
And I'm the antagonist, apparently.
I stole his jacket, I'm like, hey, Fred.
I really need those jackets.
Hey, tell us about that jacket, Fred.
When I did his show, I knew him a little bit, but then he heard that I was playing tennis. Hey, let's go play. So people don't know who Lori Joe is. I don't know how to explain what she is.
His
assistant. And
she was the writer's assistant when I was on Saturday Night Live.
So
Lori Joe.
We joined. She paid for some tennis club right by Warner Brothers. You worked there, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You did Jay and Mary?
I think I hold serve, Hey, how's that be doing, man?
Well, this is how pathetic I am. I fantasized being on this podcast. And fantasize Jay doing Colin Quinn going, Stoller's got a book. Him, Leon Roth, and Philip. Yeah, Stoller. That's what we want to read. Philip,
Hey, Fred, why don't you just tell everybody how Norm took your jacket?
Just real literature. Oh,
you just
Stoller.
keep going around in circles instead of telling everybody. Jay's like, tell us about how Norm stole your jacket. And it's like 10 minutes later, you're like, tennis club. What is he talking about?
I don't need to tell the whole
like
tennis story.
Yakim Noah is in the corner going, even I don't like tennis as much. Jesus, Fred.
So basically, all right, long story short, as the late Warren Thomas would say.
Too late.
Too late for that. I
like how you credit that one guy, Warren Thomas, like that was his.
No one else?
Nobody, no. Only people that age and younger.
Well, he's the one who I learned that from. Okay, so Lori would pick us up, and I left the jacket in a car. He didn't go premeditated. I'm going to steal that denim jacket. It looks nice. But I left it there, and I didn't have the money now. Now I wouldn't care about buying Sinatra recommendations, denim jackets. So he said, Norm, I said, Norm, I want my leather my denim jacket. Yeah, you and that jacket. I go, Norm, it's a new jacket. That's not new. And he just, he would taunt me. I go, Norm, yeah, that's a shitty jacket. So I made, and I was supposed to.
Wait, so why does he have your jacket? I'm confused.
Lori would pick us up and play tennis.
Right.
So, so I left it there because it got hot. We were
in
playing
tennis or in her car?
I guess in a car.
And then he just
assumed it was his, or she took it. Yeah, he didn't go, ooh, what jacket?
Right,
like a
but
cartoon.
then every time you asked for it, he just completely downplayed it like
he'd go, I'd wave his hand in disgust. You in that jacket.
Fred in his jacket,
Yeah. Why do you want that jacket? So
really?
Yeah, he was a bit of a bully. He would taunt me. You know what I always say with Norm? He wanted to be like how Stern had, Larry, the mentally challenged guy, because you can't say, hey, elephant schmuck, Rippy boy, and Lori was Robin.
Wait,
laughing.
is this one of your basketball leagues, or is this?
I can't. This
is the expansion team.
That's funny. They can't get on the regular mentally challenged team.
Mr. Rippy and Elephant Schlong. Should I close with Norm, a paragraph from his book about Don Rickles?
Yeah, close with that.
As Norm.
Yes.
Okay, because it is. I was at a hotel reading that off my iPad. I laughed so hard I fell on the ground.
I don't doubt this.
My wife came in the other room because she thought I was having an actual heart attack because apparently I was just making gasping sounds and kicking things over.
Oh, that's perfect.
You want to hear part of Norm? By the way, Norm's book, based on a true story, Norm Macdonald, is a must, and you have not read it.
I haven't read it. I see it. I'm on planes. It's my next buy for sure.
So it's about Don Rickles. This is Norm Macdonald's book. If you want to put a link up at jmore.com, since Brooks doesn't sell anything, and a link to Brooks' Instagram at jmore.com.
Oh, no, you can buy my album.
This is cool, right?
Yeah, my album's called This Is Cool, right? It's been
I
out.
love that album.
Thank you, Jay. It's very
Great
nice.
title, too.
What a delight. Thank you.
He was a big Rickles fan. He saw him on The Tonight Show his whole life, right? And he's on the set of Dirty Work, Don Rickles to Norm Macdonald. So I approached him the first day in the makeup trailer, and I introduced myself. I said, I just want to tell you, Mr. Rickles, I feel so honored that you'd agree to be in the film, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. He shook my hand. That's very nice, Norm. By the way, I spoke to the home. Your room will be ready Tuesday. The trailer erupted in laughter, and I felt rage deep in my soul. And I saw myself in the mirror, and I saw that my face was beet red. I wasn't on any waiting list for any type of home, as Mr. Rickles was clearly suggesting, I'm losing the impression, but I swallowed my anger. And I was determined to find the real man through my own kindness and love. Mr. Rickles, I'd be honored if I could take you out to one of Toronto's finest restaurants and buy you dinner tonight. I have a better idea, Norm. Why don't you go to a shed in the desert with a rake and go brap?
Go brap. It's literally capital.
Yeah, I get a better idea, Norm. Why don't you go to a shed in the desert with a rake and go brap? Now, this awful classless burping noise got the cheap laugh I'm sure Mr. Rickles is used to, but not from me. I could feel myself beginning to shake with rage. Now, I'm going to read to you the part where I was so happy to meet and reach the real Don Rickles, and I said, anything you want to do, what would you like, sir? Well, Norm, he says, I'd like you to get a monkey and an organ grinder and run around the room going, I lost my sack, I lost my sack. And then Mr. Rickles then pranced around the makeup trailer doing a grotesque pantomime of me searching for a missing sock.
What is he talking?
It's fucking fiction.
I know.
Like in the beginning, the first chapter, he's like, him and Lorne Michaels are smoking opium. And it's the most genius thing, because any fucking story, nobody can sue him.
Yeah.
Like, who's the guy? Dick Ebersol can't do shit about what Norm wrote in here, because Norm's like, wait a minute, me and Lauren were at a whorehouse smoking crack. Don Rickles is doing a grotesque pantomime of me searching for a missing sock, And I fled the makeup trailer. I took a nice long walk trying to compose myself. I think it was the comment about losing my sock and then running around telling everyone that hurt the most. It's fucking... Oh my God, we're crazy people.
It's so funny.
But people listening are like, I don't even know why that's funny.
No, exactly. I saw him in Cedar
Brap.
Rapids. Yeah. He said brap.
It's the rules. It's how to capture a man's heart, and it's for women. And it says all these rules that you have to follow, and you will capture a man's heart. And the rule number 1: have huge breasts. Yeah, that guy likes it. Yeah, because apparently men love women with huge breasts.
They do. They like that.
That's what they say. Not this character over here, Andy. Newlyweds Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson had their first argument this week. He wants kids, while she wants fake kids. Pop singer Madonna was outraged this week when a tabloid photographer snapped her picture while she was breastfeeding her new baby. Apparently, the baby was blocking her nipple. Connecticut legislatures are about to pass a law that would make it illegal to prohibit breastfeeding in public. Then, hopefully, these legislatures will also change the fascist law that the person being breastfed in public has to be a baby. Michael Jackson has reportedly stepped right into his new role as a dad, spending many hours a day with his newborn son, doing the changing, the burping, even the breastfeeding. So, it's nice when a fella does that. Asked recently what will set his new Batman film apart from its predecessors, Batman and Robin director Joel Schumacher said, quote, "In this one, all the costumes will have nipples." Note to self, do not watch the next Batman and Robin. Wild Premiere Magazine's list of the 100 most powerful people in Hollywood hit the newsstands this month. In an odd bit of ranking, Demi Moore was ranked number 28, while her breasts were ranked 20 and 21. So, in an interview out this week, Demi Moore says she would like to have another baby, this time a boy, to go along with her 3 daughters and 2 huge breasts. Demi Moore is wrapped filming on G.I. Jane, in which she plays a Navy SEAL combat officer. Moore says that in contrast to other Hollywood portrayals of women in the military, her character will have giant breasts. Actor Bruce Willis is filming his next movie, The Broadway Brawler, in Wilmington, Delaware. Meanwhile, his wife, Demi Moore, is taking a break from movie work, saying she wants to spend more time with her huge breasts.
Connected to our senses. Found a way to let you share.
Who do you think is attractive?
I like Anna Nicole Smith.
Oh, come on.
You don't like her?
Come on.
You don't like Anna Nicole Smith?
Come on, she's gotten heavy. He's putting me on.
No, I'm not.
I
I saw a picture of her recently where she was really, really fat, where she didn't look good.
Right, but you're talking about years ago when she was thin. Oh, okay.
Not that long ago. Yeah, a couple of years ago.
So you like big breasts?
Yeah, I like big breasts.
Does your wife have big breasts?
She has normal size breasts.
What, C cups?
I don't know. I hear you talking about those. I don't follow those.
You're in bad shape. Do you like Sally Struthers too?
Oh, I did.
You
yeah.
did, right? Yeah, that's your type.
Oh my
like
God,
blonde
I
and
love
buxom.
Sally Struthers.
Not anymore though.
What?
Well, you don't like her anymore.
No, I don't like her with the flies around her.
It's kind of a turn off.
And lastly, Weekend Update has been part of SNL for 46 seasons. And here I'd like to pay tribute to one of the best we ever had, Norm Macdonald. Thank you.
Are you planning any tribute to Norm Macdonald? And can you tell us about how much he's impacted you and the staff and everything, just his legacy?
I think he meant the world to the people there. I can tell you from just the number of people I've heard from, the number of people that have gone and talked about Norm. All of us had, when you work with somebody for that many years and they make you laugh and you're aware of who they are as a person and as a friend, I think Norm was one of the funniest people I've ever known, and because he's Canadian, I'd put him right there up in the top 5.
Say this is an award for late night comedy. No one was funnier in the last 20 years than Norm Macdonald on late night comedy. So if you have any time in the next week, do what I did and just spend time YouTubing clips of Norm and Conan, because it just doesn't get better than that. Thanks so much.
I've watched so many hours of his stuff, and I've met him, and he was like this comedic bar. Like, hey, we got Norm. There's so much shit comedy. Then you see Norm, and you're like, this is next level. This is savant type shit. And then to lose him is like, Norm had 20 more years at least of just content and thoughts and his point of view, and we'll never get that, and that sucks. He's just one of those guys who describes the most basic shit that we all know, but it's funny because he points it out. Like his Letterman set, the last Letterman, when he goes, Germany decided to attack the world, and you're like, that's so true. And then he goes, who do you think you are, Mars? I mean, it's just so funny, those little things where he's just telling you facts and it's funny. I met him once at the Comedy Cellar and we chatted for 5 minutes, and then he went on and did the Letterman set that he did. He was running the Letterman set, and sweet guy, nice guy. I didn't know him that well, but I mean, he's just brilliant. And I also love a brilliant guy who does stupid stuff. Mm-hmm. That's a fun little combo there. Like silly guys who are actually brilliant also. He was the king. He was the best. I mean, if you could play the chairman of the board thing is probably his crown jewel in his panel.
There's this movie coming out.
Yes.
Title undetermined at this point.
Chairman of the board.
Oh, all right. Do something with that, you freak.
I bet the board is spelled B-O-R-E-D.
Because he had so many great panel moments, the moth joke, all that shit. But
a moth goes into a podiatrist's office.
A moth goes into a podiatrist's office. Right?
You are correct.
But the one with the SNL, because a lot of comics are like, I don't give a fuck. I say what I want. This is the ultimate not giving a fuck. He goes on, he gets fired from SNL. He gets rehired to host years later. He's like, really? Okay. He's always hated them because they fired him. So he comes back and tanks the whole show in the monologue and then just does the show.
Then it occurred to me, I haven't gotten funnier. The show has gotten really bad. So, yeah, I'm funny compared to, you'll see later. But... Okay, so let's recap. The bad news is I'm still not funny. The good news is the show blows.
He's my hero.
I love him to death.
Fun, maybe one of the funniest guys on the planet. Dave Attell, Norm, in that. There's something about those two.
National treasures.
I agree. And the fact that he's not like the biggest comic of all time is weird.
Well, he is to us.
I guess so.
The comics, I mean, he's not the biggest, but the comics, he's on. The Mount Rushmore keeps getting bigger.
I know.
Four heads is not a good enough amount.
You got to stop using that thing.
Yeah, it's a bad thing to say, the Mount Rushmore. But in the Hall of Fame.
One of the funniest guys on the planet, one of my heroes, huge influence on me. I've seen everything. I watch his YouTube probably every other day. I just put it on.
When I first met you and I saw you, I was like, oh, he's doing like a Jerry Norm thing.
Yeah, completely.
Seinfeld and Norm.
He had another special in him. He's great on podcasts. I just wish he made more. And I mean, look, he's got a lot of stuff out there, so I'm getting greedy. But I think he's one of the funniest people. I mean, no one sounds like him. Amazing jokes, great takes, brilliant comic. His gambling stories on Howard Stern are incredible. I read his book. I've seen everything he's done. This is
Dirty Work is a great comedy.
I love Dirty Work. I met him once at the Cellar, and I got a photo with him, and now I'm so glad I did. He did Last Comic Standing. He was the only honest judge. He would tell comics they were hacks. It was awesome. The comics hated him. Joe List did it, and he goes, Joe, you're a very good writer. And Anthony Jeselnik goes, hey, Joe, that Norm just called you ugly, which is such a great line. He would come in, and he would bomb a lot. He would have jokes that the audience would be like, oh. He had this one great joke. He's like, something, women are bad drivers. And they went, oh. And he went, well, I want you to know a woman wrote that joke. And they went, oh. And he went, I'm kidding. We don't hire women. You're like, yeah, that's a comic. Come on.
He just kept teasing him.
That's a fucking combo. He went this way, that way, then that way. I mean, he's the best.
Who are safer drivers, men or women? Well, according to a new survey, 55% of adults feel that women are most responsible for minor fender benders, while 78% blame men for most fatal crashes. Please note that the percentages in these pie graphs do not add up to 100% because the math was done by a woman. For those of you hissing at that joke, it should be noted that that joke was written by a woman. So now you don't know what the hell to do, do you? No, I'm just kidding. We don't hire women.
He's like on another level where he's invented certain things I never knew. Like he's taken comedy to this higher point, which I didn't know existed. I wish I could come up with an example.
He's another guy too that still does real comedy. Like when he goes on stage, he's fucking ballsy.
Yeah,
he swings.
Right.
You know, like,
right.
And he gets confused if everybody's mad. Like, what's happening?
Yeah.
Just a joke, yeah, folks.
He keeps it real.
I've got the board. It's spelled B-O-R-E-D.
Falls out of the chair. I mean, come on. That is unbelievable.
Epic moment. I wish they let the laughs go a little longer.
Yeah.
They shortened it, but yeah. Incredible.
You know, as a comic, we've all been in that moment where they're like, what do you got now? I mean, you handle hecklers all the time. You're swatting flies all day long. When you think of that line.
When Conan challenges you and you deliver, it's pretty damn cool. And
then to have that line, and he nailed it. I mean, to put that much pressure on you on TV and nail it, I mean, it just proves that he's on another level. B-O-R-E-D. Come on, to pull that out of your ass, that is something. And then the delivery, he's so excited. He's like a 10-year-old. I bet it's called B-O-R-E-D. It's like, oh, it's so funny. God,
yeah.
I messed up already. Ah.
Damn. Brutal.
Thank God we have all the footage at least. But Jesus, we'll never get anything new.
Mean,
you don't have to pull this up because it's long, but there was a radio show, like a morning show, like you have to do on the road for press, and he's doing one, and he's like, well, black people, they're poor. And the lady is like, oh my God, how can you say that, Norm? That is so racist. He's like, I'm reading the newspaper. I'm watching the news. I'm looking at the stats. They're poor. And she's like, oh my God. And all these black women call in. They go, Norm's right. We're fucking poor. It sucks. And he's like, you see? It was such a great moment.
925 says, okay, Norm, come to my 5th grade class. I dare you.
Well, where does she? Is it are there black people there?
Oh my God!
Where's
what does
the
that have to do
925?
with it?
Well,
why is it harder if there's black people there?
Because black people are generally poor, and poor people are generally dangerous.
Oh my God!
Wow,
I can't
Norm!
believe you just went there.
What? Black people are rich?
Black people span all the strata.
No.
And you're saying
you gotta check your statistics.
Poor and,
no, black people are poorer than white people. You didn't know that? Are you telling me
Norm.
that you think
What
black...
I'm saying is that I try not to pigeonhole people into
Into
black
the
people
truth.
are poor. Not into the truth.
What?
Listen, there's a huge ignored middle class black population out there. How dare you say black people are poor and therefore dangerous?
Because I want them to be not poor, that's why.
And really, how are you what's your plan?
My plan is to, first of all, admit that the black people have less money than white people. Because we
Black
live in a
people,
racist
our phone
society.
number is 800-400-FM97. If you'd like to talk with Norm Macdonald, I'm sure he'd love to take your call
Absolutely.
right now. Michelle, you're on the air.
I just wanted to say that was one of the funniest things I've ever heard. And you need
What, that black
you're
people
not-
are poor? It's
no,
hilarious.
The teacher thing, and
Oh.
you need to probably act like you're not offended by that, because first, you don't have a right to act like you're offended, and that was funny as hell. He is right about black people being poor. You know it. I know it.
Oh,
and the
my
black
God,
people know
what
it.
has happened on this show?
Well, he taught us a lot today. I think moms.
Oh, it's a learning show.
Moms
Well,
an
wait
easy
a
job.
second. Where have
Teachers
you
an
guys
easy
been
job.
living for the last 300 years in this
Steve,
country?
you're Paris. You are on the air.
I think that is completely untrue.
Go on.
Not all black people are poorer
Amen.
than
Sister?
white.
Well, I didn't say that.
That's what you
No,
just said.
you said
I
black
said
people
black
have
people
less money
have
than
less
white people.
money than white people.
You've
Yeah.
been to West Virginia? Because there's some white people with no money there.
Well,
exactly.
Well, okay. You're saying one black person has more money than one
Yeah,
white
okay,
person.
like, what
True.
about Eddie Murphy?
Yeah. What about Eddie Murphy?
You're
Yeah.
saying by and
No,
large,
you're right.
if you
You're
break
right.
it down.
You're right. Yeah, of course, black people have less money than white people.
As
not
an average.
true. Not all black people have less money than white
No,
people.
Oh
but he's
my
talking
God.
in
Oh
okay.
my
We all
God.
get what he's saying.
Listen. Guys in wheelchair. There's a guy in a wheelchair that can go faster than me in a race. But if I said guys in wheelchairs are generally slower than me, come
the
on.
way you said it was so harsh that to
Give
say...
your head a shake. Give your head a shake.
Oh, my God. All right, thank you. Hey, it's Danielle from Big Brother. Famously black woman.
Where's my 40 acres and a mule? I need my 40 acres and a mule. But you know what? He's right.
Yeah.
Go on, Danielle.
I mean, if you think
School
about
us.
it, there's been cases where the same person will apply for a job, and at times the other race gets the higher pay. I'm just keeping it real, folks.
All right, thank you, Danielle.
Absolutely. I'm saying that having
Try
less
to offend everyone equally.
having less money or having or not having less money is not a product of your nature. It's that you don't have the money because the white people don't give you the money.
It's actually supportive of black people to say that, actually.
707
Of course,
says...
I'm supportive of black people. I'm in a room of
You're saying
racists.
that to have justice,
Oh,
we should
my
all
God.
have equal,
The 415. Do you want to keep him for the next segment? At this point, I'm not sure. I'm finding Norm to be somewhat on the offensive side.
You know what, though? I love that he's saying all this stuff and then looks over with a big smile.
I know,
and
big smile. He's like, oh, man, they're going to talk about this all day.
Well, I didn't know that everyone. I thought San Francisco was a little more open than.
No, San Francisco actually
They're
isn't.
racist?
No, they're not racist.
Well, so far, by the way, most people have agreed with me.
You're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Norm and his babysitter Steve will still be here,
Ray
offending
Frumstein.
people left and right. Stevie Ray Frumstein.
We're not offending anyone but racists.
How do you figure? To make a sweeping generalization that belittles it
It's
is.
not a sweeping generalization. It's a statistical fact, and it belittles no one. It only states a fact that I hope we can change in this country. If we're going to pretend that black and white people make the same amount of money, then nothing will ever change. Come on, you know that.
Can't we just see it as everybody?
Well, we can see it any way you want it. If you want to
Sarah's
pretend.
looking for some
You wanna live in a fantasy world?
I am.
and you're not going to find
No,
it.
there's not a clean out.
You're digging.
I'm
You're digging
breaking.
deeper
We'll
and deeper.
be back.
It's funny
I
that
don't think it's-
the expression came about. It's a true story because it's always a not.
Right.
It's always not a true story.
Yeah, right.
It is. You're
Like nobody
protesting.
ever goes, "Hey, I got a hooker last night and I paid money in exchange for sex." True story.
Yeah.
This one says, "Remember the old days when tweeting meant stabbing a hooker?"
Bob liked that one.
I am not a big fan of video games where you cannot kill a prostitute. I like the ones where...
Oh, like Grand Theft Auto.
Yes.
That was the hook for that game. That's really what people got excited about.
Yeah, throw the girl over the...
Inevitably, somebody would always say, you know, the great thing is you can drive down this alley and you can kill a prostitute.
That was the thing people talked about most at that game.
That's why that game took off.
I agree.
Isn't that strange?
Yeah.
Hey, how about this one? They say pimping ain't easy, Andy. But what they won't tell you, it is much, much more difficult being a prostitute. Pimping is pretty easy. I don't know if you heard pimp, but...
When you get older, you start to get a little short-term. But I remember things from 10 years ago like that.
Yeah. He can remember, like, when he was a kid, but he can't remember murdering that prostitute last night.
You can go to jail for that. It's a whole new law.
I've been told.
How old was she?
I don't remember.
No.
If you don't remember, you're not going to convict you.
Yeah, I'm past that lie detector.
If you were a Russian prostitute on a date with serial killer Andrei Chikatilo, a.k.a. the Rostov Ripper, and he couldn't achieve an erection, that was not your lucky day.
No.
Las Vegas is now home to a 550-foot-tall Ferris wheel. Also drawing thousands to Las Vegas, whores. That's you. That's your voice all the way right there. That's the old the Norm Macdonald lean in. Whores.
No. But listen to this. This would be a good joke for you, I feel, Fred.
Okay.
Just to the
Here's
camera.
what I've learned. You beat up and toss one 19-year-old Hispanic hooker out of a moving car, and they never let you forget it. Isn't that true? That is funny.
That's both funny and true.
Hey, let me ask you this. Did you ever toss a prostitute off a bridge?
What's the first one?
Just saying, I heard that was a sign of being a serial killer.
Okay. You're the worst guy I've ever met. And I mean that in a nice way.
There's the Dick Morris is getting a new show. Did you hear about that?
Dick Morris, the presidential advisor in the scandal, yeah.
Right. Didn't you hear that now he's getting a show? He's there like, can you believe the guy actually getting a show on the TV?
That's amazing.
Yeah. And it's a morning show. It's called Good Morning Whores.
I'd watch that.
Yeah.
I'd watch that in a second.
He was a garbage man. He won the lottery. He won the New York State lottery. And he won like $8 million. And he said he's not going to quit his job. And you've always heard that, right?
Right. I'm going to keep my job.
I'm going to keep my job. And there's only one occupation where the person does not keep his job when he
wins the lottery.
You know what that occupation is?
No.
Crack whore. Like, I went to Vegas a couple weeks ago, and a funny thing happened there, Andy.
Hi.
And a funny thing happened there in Vegas, right? Mm-hmm. I go there, you know, to gamble. I meet a couple of midgets, you know?
Couple of midgets?
Yeah.
Little people, I call them.
Well, I don't think of people as little people.
Okay, your word's better.
Yeah.
Go ahead anyway. You meet a couple of midgets.
I know a lot of people in show business talk about the little people.
Right.
But I think everybody's the same. The midgets, the regular people.
Okay.
You know? We're all human beings.
We're all human beings. That's good. You're not. That's good. You have a good attitude.
Some of us are, you know, short and have weird big heads. So, anyway, these guys.
That neck went out there for a second, but it's better now.
These two midgets, man, they were the funniest dudes. And one of them was telling me that him and his buddy decided to get a couple of prostitutes, you know, because midgets, they can't have sex very much with the women, you know. And, so they say, we'll get a couple of prostitutes.
I didn't know that, but okay. Yeah.
So they say, let's get a couple of prostitutes, right? So the other midget goes, hey, man, that's great. So,
what are they, Cheech and Chong? Like your two midgets like, hey, dude. Yeah, man, that sounds heavy.
Well, you know.
All right.
So the midgets, the one midget, they get their two prostitutes, you know, and they take them up to their room, you know, in the hotel. And so the one midget, he gets in the room with the girl. And
They're in separate rooms here?
Yeah, separate rooms, but they're adjoining.
Right.
So the one midget, he gets the prostitute, and he wants to have sex with her, but he'd been drinking a lot, so he had trouble, like, performing, you know.
Yes, I know.
Right. Nobody knows better than you about that. So the one midget, he gets in with his girl, but he's too drunk to perform, and he feels real bad, right? So then, this is what the guy's telling me, the midget. He goes down, then afterwards, he says, okay, get out, you dirty whore, you know? He blames her, you know?
Right, blames her.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she leaves, and then he's feeling all bad, so he listens with a glass to the next room where his buddy is with his prostitute.
Right.
And he hears, like, in the next room, he hears, 1, 2, ah! 1, 2, ah! 1, 2, ah! 1, 2, ah!
Right.
1, 2, ah!
Right. Stop doing it.
Yeah. So he goes, oh, that dirty, dirty midget's having some fun sex over there, you know? So...
He calls him a midget too?
Yeah.
But he's a midget. All right, whatever.
So he feels bad, you know?
Right.
And the next day, man, he meets his buddy midget at the coffee shop. He goes, and the guy goes, hey, man, how'd it go last night? And the one guy goes, oh, man, it was horrible, you know? I was too drunk. I couldn't perform with my prostitute. He goes, but it sounds like you had a good time. And then the other guy, midget, goes, what, are you kidding? I couldn't even get up into the bed.
You know, it's really lucky that you ran into those guys, because it's such a good story.
I know. I looked at happy ending. They did very good at Baccarat, and
They were happy.
But I just have one question. What is this fascination that guys have with prostitutes? That's all I want to know.
Gee, let's think about that.
I'll tell you what the fascination is.
Go.
Instead of going out and spending money on a keychain and a G-string, you spend money on sex.
Okay, I'm sorry. I forgot.
But Vegas was cool. They have a motto in Vegas. They got their own slogan for the city. It says, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Which is not true. You know, you can't kill a guy and then just leave. You know? They'll follow you. They'll find you. They'll bring you back and they'll try you in front of a jury of your peers. So I thought, well, what does it mean anyways? You know, and I ruminated about it. Days and days and nights. Sleepless weeks became sleepless more weeks. And finally, it occurred to me. It was so simple. It was right in front of my face the entire time. Whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. All it really means is you can go to Vegas, you can have sex with a prostitute, and she will not tell your wife. They're very discreet, the Las Vegas prostitutes. Yeah? Not like these gossipy small town whores back where you live. You know? These fucking blabbermouths. Down at the beauty parlor with that pale blue thing over their head, whatever the fuck that is. Going, you're Marge Majerison, John Neal's wife? Well, by God. I took a shit on him last night. In exchange for cash. Nice fella.
Farrah, the first time I ever saw you, I thought, oh my God, that is one of the whoriest looking whores I have ever seen in my life. And I have seen a lot of whores because I'm a rock star. And, you know, I've seen ladies like in the front row look at me with that super hoary look on their face. And you look whorier than all of them. And that really means something.
Okay, settle down, prostitutes. Now, understand that you each get $20, and this requires no sex. No sex at all, regardless of what this character tells you. Well, you got a dead hooker in the trunk.
What? No, it can't be.
Yes, it was. It was a dead hooker.
It wasn't a dead hooker!
Pal, I know a dead hooker when I see one.
What's the
Oh, my goodness!
What are you doing?
I've never seen so many dead hookers in all my life.
Lord knows I have.